Before Tupac Shakur became an MTV rap star, he published a book of poetry.
Rap is a river, poetry is the ocean. They flow into each other.
Rap and poetry keep on intersecting. Rap is a newer form of poetry.
Welcome. Front, your essential guide to the arts. Tonight at 9:30. An Arts Central original.
Hip-hop. Is it just a bunch of guys screaming into the microphone?
Or is it a credible, constantly evolving art form?
So what if it's about gangsters, money, sex, and violence?
It rhymes, it's got rhythm, and you can dance to it.
So why is it the most misunderstood of all music genres?
To find out, walk this way.
Hip-hop has been part of popular culture for almost 3 decades, and yet it's still straining for credibility. But isn't it similar to another art form called poetry? So where's the respect?
It's about time you gon' see as hip-hop so elegant, how you gon' be that.
What makes the rap music good is the poetry in it. And when an MC expresses himself, write about what he feels about something, whether he's angry or he's just so passionate about that thing, that's the beautiful part of rap music.
These days with MTV, it's a very visual art form. So when you look at it, it's like, okay, guys in a car, guys got gold chains. It's very hard to see him as someone who's credible as opposed to someone who's just with a guitar and just kind of like singing his heart out. But I think it's really the same thing.
In hip-hop, the words rhyme. The rhyme has rhythm, and the rhythm tells a story. Aren't those the basic principles behind poetry?
Rap is a river, poetry is the ocean. They flow into each other. You go back 500 years, there was a poet called John Skelton. He was the poet laureate, or the royal poet of the court of King Henry VII. He evolved a very distinctive style of very short-lined, highly rhythmical, highly rhymed poetry. And when you compare a lot of rap poetry, you can see that it's been done before.
You have to consider the fact that rap and poetry keep on intersecting. You know, before Tupac Shakur became an MTV rap star, he published a book of poetry, which is studied, today. Rap is a newer form of poetry.
Rap and hip-hop had its origins in the street parties of New York decades ago. And while songs like Rapper's Delight and Me So Horny popularized the genre, its content eventually developed to reflect more serious issues.
Welcome.
This is a culture that started very much in New York City, probably in the late 70s. What DJs used to do is that they used to just lay beats and they will just rhyme over these beats.
Whatever we touch, we hold back the blood. But if I should go rust, still I got we trust. Cause it's the second coming. This nigga rhyme so stunning. We keep it running. They give a shout out to London.
And they started off with their block parties. I started talking about the problems that they faced in their ghettos. The poor lifestyle, people pissing on the street, broken glass. As time went by, they realized that there's money to be made. Today, it's really, really commercial. It's hip-hop now. You have pop artists entering to the hip-hop world and hip-hop artists backing up your pop artists. So there's this whole mixture of stuff.
Even in the West, hip-hop has a problem gaining credibility. So what chance does it have in Singapore, where rap and hip-hop have never been a real part of our culture? How are our local rappers keeping it real?
I'm gonna get a heart attack.
You have to understand what we hear from American rap, whether if it's underground or just commercial rap. It pretty much exists in their culture. If they're rapping about guns, if they're rapping about being from the slums, it exists. But to talk about being from the ghetto here, where do you have to be from? Teban Gardens or what? I really don't know, really.
I'm Mark Bonafide. Yo, we got Don Richmond and the boys from Steam. Yeah.
You have to really touch on what what touches people. You have to reach out to the listener. No one's going to believe you if you're going to be rapping about guns and big chains.
She wanna know why she tagging along when she's singing my song. She don't do no wrong.
Well, being a local hip-hop artist, okay, you definitely have some influences from the music that you hear from the States. I mean, that's how I really got into it.
Please believe me, girl. Only you excite. Don't forget about your friends. Just call me later tonight.
I don't really want to look at myself as a hip-hop artist. I want to look at myself as an artist who raps. I try to really go beyond the stereotype of how hip-hop should sound like, or what it should be about.
Yeah. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I have some local references. I have this song, it's called Papa's Got a New Wife. It's about my father having a new wife. And then his new wife is a Filipino.
My name is Natalie. I'm married your daddy. I'll cook you dinner, we can be a happy family. But then I look at her and say, no, you are not my mommy.
I would do slangs like, there's this song called Loose Words, like, holla, holla, And I would say, holla your head. Like, you don't get it in English, in an American song, but that's how I want it to be different from the Americans.
Hip-hop in Singapore, we have not, gone to that standard where, the US kind of hip-hop standard. We will hope for, at least if you listen to our music first and not know, who we are, where we're from and stuff, you would think that, oh, okay, this is another new group coming, playing on the radio.
All rappers have their own rhyme scheme. Every rapper has their own style. You can end your rhymes in a certain way. You have a certain flow to it. I think it takes a lot of talent. People have to notice this. Besides the music, it's the way it gets the party moving.
This is my last chance, and I hate days and a lot of things I want to do before I grow gray hair, cause we rare. We the first thing in the first blink, then we gone extinct by the next blink. It's a race thing fast cause we racing. We crazy, the next blink we in Beijing. We the future of hip-hop and SG. We the future of hip-hop and SG.
Okay, answer my question. What do you think I like about hip-hop?
The black guys with huge...
No, that one is you like, not me. Anyway, I like the names. I like the catchy names. Like Dr. Dre and Usher and Jay-Z and Ice Cube and Ice-T.
And if I was a rapper, my name would be Dr. Day.
If you're a rapper, your name would be Ice Kopi.